Hey, Kobe.
Yeah, Barry.
How you like them?
Like what?
Them apple. It totally has nothing to do with this movie. Almost. But there is a certain being that loves them apples. Everyone's going to think we're doing good with hunting now. Damn it. What's going on, guys? My name is Barry.
And this is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This. Theme music.
I kind of almost went to the A-team there.
Yeah. Oh, man. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another week of live adaptation anime month.
Yes, because anime is awesome, but making it live action is even better.
Well, yeah, but we come from like an era where like the live action stuff was like, oh my god, they're doing it live action. But unfortunately, we live in an era where it's just nothing but like cynicism. I think that's the word.
Yeah.
Where like when an anime comes out with a live adaptation, yeah, you could hear the collective groans of weebs and otakus and stuff like that, right?
Yes.
Because Netflix has, for some reason, been pioneering all these live adaptations as of late, right?
Yeah, and they're all fantastic.
To us,
even though some of them are pretty bad.
All right, and unfortunately, Netflix did a 2017 version of the 2006 version that we're going to talk about today, Deathnote. Now, I refuse to talk about the 2017 version.
I didn't hate it, and if you were very unfamiliar with this and that was your first leap into it, it wasn't that bad. It was an interesting story.
No, I mean, yeah, but they totally like bastardized.
Oh yeah,
Light Yagami.
No, if you read the manga or watched the anime, it was horrible. But if you, like I said, if you were completely unfamiliar, you're like, wow, interesting storyline. I like where they're going with this.
I mean, so one of the scenes that always stood out to me from like the anime, because they don't show this in the live adaptation movie we're going to be talking about today, but in the anime and in the manga, the first time Light Yagami sees Ryuk, he's like a lot more calm than he should be, seeing this otherworldly being, right?
Yes.
But in the Netflix one, he screams like a little girl.
Which seems plausible.
Right. I mean, yeah, it like for normal people.
Right.
It is the appropriate response.
Right. Yeah.
But not for Light Yagami, the cool psychopath. He's a psychopath, right?
He's a psychopath.
Right. Or I guess a sociopath. I didn't take psychology. Colby did.
Right.
How would you diagnose this person?
Maybe it's sociopath.
Right, because it seems like he has some sort of feelings, but
right.
When it comes to if it's something that deters him from accomplishing his goals.
Right, and he has set this goal in what he has justified to himself as a positive thing.
Yeah, I mean, so the old saying goes is like the road to hell is paved with good intentions, right?
Yeah. And
that's exactly how it sort of feels like it starts out, but the moment he gets caught into this cat and mouse game with our favorite diabetic L. All right, there's just no way that guy is not going to get diabetes.
Yes.
But like once he gets into that cat and mouse games, his original intention is no longer really present. It's him trying to evade the police force, and now it becomes a battle of like wits and pride.
Right.
So that's like where it kind of like, it's so weird for a series to make you like one character and then midway like the opposite character. Right?
Because it's usually you have the protagonist and the antagonist, and you love one and you hate the other. But yes, this show does a
really good job of doing that.
Right.
But it made me feel weird. Like when teenage girls used to watch Jonas Bros. You could blame South Park for that.
I was just thinking about that.
But yeah, so let's get to a quick overview for this movie. Obviously, it's like 10, 15 years old now at this point.
Right, 2006, so 15 years old.
It doesn't feel that long ago, and I feel like that's just a sign for me that I'm getting older.
Right. But the anime came out about the same time, right?
It was 2004.
2004,
I believe so. Yeah, because it would be odd for a live adaptation to come before the anime adaptation,
right? Because then that would not fit in this segment of this month.
Yeah,
this wouldn't be like the live action movies that inspired anime series.
Yeah. But yeah, let's get into a quick things now. I know some of you refuse to watch live adaptations, so you're gonna be like, "That's not how that story went." But you gotta watch this one. It does star one of like the bigger live adaptation action actors who plays Light Yagami, because he was in Battle Royale. I believe he was in Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, which is like a video game or something like that. So it stars like a pretty familiar face, but
the director directed 2 of the new Gamera movies.
Which one?
2 of the new Gamera.
Oh, I don't.
And a Godzilla movie, a Godzilla Mothra, all monsters all out attack. I think that's the one.
I'm pretty sure Colby he's already ordered that on Amazon. He's like, I need the DVD for that.
I have those.
All right, so we start with a very rainy night over Tokyo, I believe. A book falls from the sky. Oh, and it reads Deathnote. Weirdly enough, because you're in Japan, but it's in English.
Right. And I love that the instructions are all in English too. I don't know if it was like that in the anime.
Yeah, it was.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, which is like weird. I was like, well, I guess maybe the Shinigami is like, oh, I think maybe like the Shinigami world is like, oh, I think the predominant language in that world is English.
Right.
So we'll just
or all evil comes from America.
Right? You never know. This is where it really does differ, though, because Light Yagami in the movie is in college studying law.
Right, which I don't hate.
Yeah, which makes sense for the progression of that type of character, right?
Yes, because that was one of the things that was a little more difficult for me to grasp. But it's like, oh, all this stuff and all this knowledge is in a high school student,
okay, go ahead.
And being that he's in already in college, already studying law, it made me feel like, immediately, this is an intelligent person, who has a grasp of right and wrong and the law. And
yeah, but Peter Parker also did come up with the solution for his web slinging material things.
Yeah, but he worked with the professor who became the lizard.
Well, his dad is also a cop.
And yes.
Right?
Yes.
So, you know.
So, yeah. So, I mean, that was a change,
yeah,
but it was not a change I hated.
Yeah, it feels like a natural progression for the character. But we start to see this string of heart attacks that go around the city.
Yes.
Which I feel like is a missed opportunity, because it was like one of my favorite scenes in the anime, where he's just like constantly writing names, and it has like that operatic music, and it's super intense.
Yeah.
We missed that here. It's just a shame.
I agreed.
But then sooner or later we do see that Light Yagami is the Kira.
Yes.
Is what the Japanese public has named him, which is just the Japanese, I think, like English type of word for kill.
Yeah.
because they
killer
don't,
or
killer or something, because they don't have the L's
Yeah.
in the language, which I always think is weird. Like Italian doesn't have K's, but they have the CH, which is supposed to make the K sound. Sorry, side tangent. I studied both Italian and Japanese. Failed horribly. Yeah. So we go through this storyline where Akira is he's doling out his justice, and he's going through the reasons why he's doing what he does, right? Because in a flashback scene, we see Light go to a bar.
Yes.
Where after he hacks into his dad's police database, he's wondering like, oh, what happened with these cases? He sees that either the case is unsolved or it's been dropped or something like that.
Yeah.
And so he picks one, I believe, and then he goes to a bar. He overhears his conversation about how they can't catch me.
You're right. I'm above the law.
Yeah, I'm pretty much like a god or something.
Yeah.
Light gets caught looking, but it's because he's like he can't believe what he's hearing, right?
Right.
And so he gets tossed out of the bar by these thugs, and he's running into the night while it's raining, and he pulls out a law book and just tosses it into the trash.
Right.
And the sense of feeling is that, even though they were caught, and
they got caught, but yet they got away with it because the law is weak.
Yeah, the justice system isn't doing its job.
Right.
Which a lot of people can feel. Like, depending on the society, it could be even a greater like betrayal of the belief system that you have that's supposed to protect the people, you and the people around you, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And especially, I think it hurts more for Light because, well, his father's a cop.
Right. And now he's studying because that's what he wants to be.
Yeah. And we do later learn that while his dad is investigating the Kira murders, that Light has helped his dad in previous cases.
Yes.
Which, I don't know if that's like a lot to say. Like, is Light just a genius at crime? Or are the cops just that incompetent? I don't know.
I mean, like, I guess he's almost like an understudy.
Yeah.
Like, or an intern.
Oh, like a squire?
Yeah.
An apprentice of some
So it's
sort.
like, hey, you go through this paperwork while we work on the hard stuff, and then if you come up with anything, bring it to us, and then we can
we'll do our job.
Investigate it further. Yeah.
Yeah, and so like the movie is pretty. The premise is this, where Light is doling out the justice that he feels the society, the justice system around him cannot do. Right. All the while, we see that he's having this slight debate with a girl that he's been seeing, Shiori.
Mm-hmm.
But while his murder spree is becoming more grander and harder to explain, the cops have called in a specialist.
Right.
Pretty much the Gary to his ass Ketchum. The what's it called? The Wile E. Coyote to his runner. I forgot. Jesus, Roadrunner.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
We get introduced to the character L, who does take a huge amount of precautions before you actually even get to see him.
Mm-hmm.
And so, we learned that we learned through a newscast that Lyndall L. Taylor has stated that I will catch this killer.
Right.
And nothing can stop me. Which, like, looking back at it now, I was like, that's clearly a trap, right? No one, like, this isn't the Wild West anymore. No one's just like, I'm going to kill you at noon by the saloon. Oh, man.
But yes, he hasn't Light hasn't come across any complications, any confrontation yet. So it's the first time someone has kind of
publicly challenged.
Yeah.
Right. And so this is sort of where, all right, so I forget. Throughout this whole thing, he gets introduced to Ryuk, who is a Shinigami who owns the Deathnote.
Right.
And so like you don't get this in the live action, but you get this in the manga and the anime. He is very bored in the Shinigami realm.
Right.
So he thinks humans are interesting, so he drops his Deathnote to see what a human would do with his book.
Right. And it's not the first time.
Yeah.
But it's really the only one that they... Like in the anime, he makes note that it's not the first time that he's done this, but that this is the first time. Well, this is like the only one that they really like. The story's about, they don't really.
So Ryoka is he thinks humans are interesting because they die, right? Which I mean, he also can die, but all he ever has to really do is put a name in the book. Yeah, and he gets the time that those lives were supposed to go to, which is like, yeah, I get it, you know. Just look at 2020 and how many people were quarantined and going like crazy, pulling hair, being stuck at home. Right, exactly. Now just imagine that for all eternity. So like throughout this whole thing, Ryoka's with him, but he's very partial. Or impartial, I guess, right? Right. Yeah, and he's very impartial. He's like, he doesn't really help Light in too much of a way. Like, he'll tell him, like, oh, hey, the camera that was set in your room is gone. That's it. Yeah. But he does propose, he does tell Light.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
And there was another part where he's like Ryo, because Ryo loves apples. Yeah. And so he's like, how come you're not talking to me? How come you don't want this apple? Mm-hmm. And it's because he realizes that somebody is watching them. That was the first time, like, the FBI is watching them. And that's when so Ryo doesn't point it out, but he's also not like, no one can see me. So if this apple is magically getting eaten in the middle of the air, that's going to be odd. Yeah. So Ryoka is pretty much just sort of like a Scooby character. Yes. But not doing anything. He doesn't help Light in too much of a way where it can affect human lives. Right. And so Ryoka's pretty much just lazy. He's like, yeah, put the names in there. I get the life and, whatevs. But no. So at some point, Light figures out that he's being followed by an FBI agent. Right. Because now that all these mysterious heart attacks have garnered the attention of the United States. Because, well, we can't not involve ourselves in other countries' problems. That's what we do.
I feel like I'll get an email for that one. Well, bro, USA, dog.
We gotta be the police for the world because the rest of the world can't handle themselves.
Don't you guys know Team America? No, and so Light sets up this sort of trap to find out this person's name. Yes. Right. So he goes on a date with Shiori.
Right, because there's some rules. So there's some rules to the Deathnote. Oh yeah. You write somebody's name, and then within 6 minutes, they will die of a heart attack. Yeah. But you can write how you want them to die. Right. And then they will die how you want them to. And then there's like a further rule that you then, within that 6 minutes, you can change how they die, when they die, and where they die. Yeah. And like you could, the more specific, the better. You don't want it to be like I wish for a ton of gold, and then a ton of gold falls on your head and you're dead. Like that kind of thing. So be specific. But yeah, so he starts to learn how to orchestrate this book. Yeah. So like in that respect or in that regards, yes, Light is very manipulative, right? But at this point, he finds a way to learn the detectives' names because he knows it's like, if the FBI are onto me, I have to take care of this somehow. Right. Oh, that was another rule: is you have to know their first and last name. Yeah. And you have to be able to picture their face while you're writing it. Yeah. So that way, if there's multiple people with the same name, they don't all die.
Yeah, it's nice that this Deathnote has a name alert. If you guys never worked in a hospital, a name alert is when there's 2 patients of the same name, and you have to always be like, name alert. All right.
Yep.
And so, yeah, he constructs this very intricate plan where he gets the FBI agent to go to the train.
Yep.
And then put the names of all the FBI agents that are in Tokyo to stop him.
Yes.
And so he does somehow hack into the FBI database to see who the photos are of the people. And Light does note that even if they don't have the full names, if they have a picture, it gets them somehow, which is I feel like is cheating. Like, right?
It's part of how he killed the killers that were in prison in like different parts of the world.
Well, yeah, but then he had like the full name and the face.
Right.
This FBI agent doesn't know all of them. It only has their photos. But he's like, I think this is his name. And Light states that if they could at least get it pretty close with the same photo in mind.
Yes.
Yeah, that was but he tricks them into writing them into the Deathnote.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because he realizes that if he pulls a page out of the Deathnote, that page is still
working,
an active cursed page.
Yeah.
And then he can either put it in his pocket, and he's not carrying around this whole book,
right?
Or he can now get other people to
write in
it, and
but he covers it in a way so like the guy doesn't see the predicted deaths for all these people.
Yeah.
But the moment that he steps out of the train, he dies of a heart attack, and unbeknownst to Light, his fiance is tailing him.
Right, and his fiance is ex-FBI, so she is smart in the way of mystery solving, we'll say.
Investigations.
Yes,
stuff like that.
Investigations. That's a more intelligent way to say mystery solving.
No, but we also do learn that she used to work for L. So she is very good at like trying to dig for the truth and find it out.
Right.
Especially if you work for someone that smart, you pick up some things, right? Yeah. We do learn that Light's father does end up working with L after he proves himself inept, or is that the word? Inept,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right? To be able to work on his team. But the first rule, or the first thing to get out of the way, is he wants to investigate all of the people that he feels is connected to this.
Right. Because because El is now determined that there's a mole.
Yeah.
And he's not sure how or what, but he wants to investigate anybody who's involved in this investigation to see if he can determine where the mole may be.
Yeah, well, because then he also looks at the patterns of deaths that's been happening, and then he puts them all together, and he concludes that it looks like a college student schedule.
Right.
Which is so fucking insane.
Right, but like brilliant. Like I was like, oh, it's
you are not beating this guy in Clue.
Yeah.
I will make an assumption on turn 3. But yeah, and so L figures out he wants to clear the names of the people that's working on his team, and so Light figures out that he's being monitored, right? And so he acts like everything's normal for about I think almost a week and a half, right? But the big test is when there is this criminal that's going to jail for I think rape or something like that. Yeah. While they're monitoring Light, that criminal dies. But the way that Light looks like he's not doing anything.
Right, because he's like tells his like mom and his sister, he's like like midterms are coming, so I've just got to really buckle down and get my study on.
Yeah, but I need these snacks.
Right, because snacks is gonna keep my brain working.
Right, potato chips will do that for you kids. And so that sort of clears him. of all suspicion.
Yeah.
But later we learned that he has what Japan had in 2006, a flip phone television.
Yep.
Which is unfair. And that he actually killed the guy while his hand was in the potato chips.
Yeah.
And so at this point, it feels like everything is clear, but Naomi, who was the fiance of the FBI agent, is like, no, it's him. I know it.
Yep.
Right? And so at some point in the movie, or not at some point in the movie, but we're getting to the end of the film, Naomi forces Shiori to call Light to the art gallery.
Right.
And so this is sort of like the stand down for the movie. Like we're towards almost the end right now. And it seems like she's holding Shiori by gunpoint and is like, "You're Light. I know it. I'll let you know my whole name so you can kill me before I kill her."
Yep.
And so she's doing this to show L that Light Yagami is Kira.
Right. And I don't know how they decide, but for some reason, L got surveillance on the art museum.
Well, I mean, they could have hacked into the system, right?
Right, but it was like they were like already.
Oh, well, like, no, remember she called L and it's like, "I'm going to prove to you that Light Yagami is Kira."
Oh,
And
you're
so,
right. Yes,
and so
that's
yeah. And so for L, this is all just a huge mystery or puzzle to him.
Yep.
That he has to solve, which Mr. Yagami has already stated that this isn't a game. This is people's lives.
Right.
But, to L, who is a genius, this is just a big ass puzzle. He
Right,
needs to solve.
and people, yes, exactly, and people's lives don't mean anything to him.
Yeah.
The solving the problem
is the most important
thing, not
right.
saving people's lives. So it's like, yeah, let him kill her because then we will know.
Yeah, exactly, right. And so while this is all happening, this standoff, Shiori does end up getting away from Naomi.
Right.
And gets shot by Naomi.
Yeah.
And as the police are closing in, Naomi kills herself.
Yeah.
Which this part bothered me because when it showed the body like falling down, there was like no blood. I was like, oh, come on. It's 2006. Let's go. Like, where's the blood at? And so at this point, Light has been super cleared of all suspicion from L. Or has he? Because as L introduces himself to Light, he comes in eating the same potato chips that Light was eating as well.
Yep.
But
it's an interesting because before L comes in, Ryuk was like, "How did you know that this was going to happen? Because you can't write in the book and make somebody kill somebody else."
Yeah.
And it was a very interesting way that he had written it so that there was no other way for it to happen except for her to kill his girlfriend.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's pretty much in Japan, guns are super illegal. Like, yeah, no, you have to go through rigorous like lessons before you could even own like a hunting rifle,
right?
Let alone like I don't think you can own pistols,
right? And the only person who would be carrying a pistol around would be somebody who would be like an FBI or a police or something like that.
And so the way that he wrote it was like, oh, Shiori will get shot, and the only way that Shiori would get shot is by Naomi because she commits suicide with a gun in the same place. Yeah, and this is where Ryuk states like, oh, you're like worse than me. You're the devil. He calls him the devil because to Ryuk, he's not really evil. He's just, I think he like looks at people's time and he's like, oh, okay, you're gonna die soon anyway, so I'm just gonna end it now. Or something. It's more. Or
he's almost like the Grim Reaper. Like he watches their time and then he's like, "Oh, your time is up. I will collect you."
Yeah, it's very nihilistic.
Yeah,
like from his point of view. But when you watch his Light work, it's like, oh, it's like watching the devil work.
Yeah,
because he asks Light, is like, "Did you even love her?" And he's like, "I don't know." And he's like, "Well, she really loved you."
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like Elle comes in eating the potato chips in that weird like grape way that he eats things. And so you have a sense that you don't know if he fully trusts Light, but trust him enough to at least see him in person.
Right. Yep.
Which I wouldn't. I'd wear a mask. And as we were going towards...
But he still only introduces himself as L, so that's not a name.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because like the first time you meet him in person, all these agents introduce themselves, and he's like, bang, bang, bang.
Right.
You know, so yeah, he's
like, here's the nicknames we will all go by.
Exactly.
You are Mr. Pink. You are Mr. White. No, that's not what he said, but that, that movie.
And so as we're coming towards the end of the movie, we actually get a cut of Misa Amane, who is a pop idol that we see throughout the movie. And she's like a huge fan of Kira. She believes that like he's doing like God's work,
right,
or whatever like that. But it seems like she's about to get assaulted by an assistant director from one of the productions that she works in. But before he could do that, a Deathnote falls from the sky. And I guess it's like Ryok's homie is like, hey man, I'm bored too. And you keep talking about these apples. And that's pretty much where the movie ends. I totally forgot too that this is it's one half of a movie.
Right. Yeah, this is definitely cliffhanger ending into a second movie that we are not including in this because I didn't realize, so I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I mean, this movie's by itself, the first half is like long enough.
Right, because we're like 220 or something.
Yeah, it's pretty long. Kobe, what did you like about this movie and this series?
So it's been a long time since I've watched Deathnote and like the anime, and watching this reminded me so much why I liked that series. Yeah. And I think that they did a great job with it, and it was almost like reading the like this was like almost a synopsis, so like this is the 2-hour version of the
26 episodes
of the 26 episodes. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, is there any like specific like part of the movie, or like is there a specific part that you like the most?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I really at the beginning I didn't like how it started. It started like it was almost like we were watching a soap opera until you kind of get into like the first kill. Mm-hmm. Like they like threw out some people were having heart attacks and stuff, and it was just like
almost goofy.
Yeah. Yes. And then once he does the first kill, then it's like then it really kind of pulls you in. I didn't like the main actor until that part. Mm-hmm. Like again, he was goofy until that.
Yeah.
And then I thought that Elle was fantastic.
Yeah,
like
that's pretty spot on.
Yeah, it's exactly how. And I really didn't hate Elle from the Netflix version of this either.
It was the guy from Get Out, wasn't it?
Yeah. I really didn't like Light
from the American
in the Netflix one, but I thought Elle they did a good job with. But here, I think they did a fantastic job with him. It was
pretty spot on. Yeah, like Elle is. It was like, how could I root for the guy that's against the main character, But yeah, one of my favorite parts of like this whole series is that it brings in a lot of morality into the situation. Like at first you're like, oh yeah, he's killing all these bad guys, he's killing all these people that weren't prosecuted properly. But the moment he switches from, which I mean, listen, I don't think it's a good idea for one person to have that much power,
right?
But sometimes you can't get away from the corruption. It's all this Korean drama that I watched, you guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because at the beginning, Light is almost like Dexter, like he's the serial killer, but that's killing. Yeah, not Dexter's Laboratory. He's the serial killer who's killing bad guys who deserve to be killed.
Yeah.
And so even though he's evil, you root for him and you love him.
Yeah.
And then L shows up, and L is like young Batman with his Alfred. Because he's got the old
Penny.
guy who before L wants to show his face, he's got the old guy is like carries him in as a computer and like introduces. He's like, I'm the voice of L for the police and stuff. And I was totally thinking that. I was like, that's like young Bruce Wayne and Alfred.
Yeah, that's if like Bruce
and how
never
do you,
did martial arts.
How do you root against Batman? Yeah, you can't.
You can't, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, even though like a lot of the procedures that L does, it's also very morally questionable, where he lets people die.
Right.
But for him, it's the bigger picture. Like, yeah, a few people die now, but I'm trying to save a greater populace.
Right.
Because when one person just has the ability to kill anybody by their name and their face, it's just, you know, it's just like Batman. He's just too much power to be left unattended,
unchecked. Yeah,
unchecked. Right. That's why Batman had the contingency plans for the entire Justice League.
Exactly.
And Batman's contingency plan for himself was the entire Justice League. That's a huge ego, though.
Yep.
Oh man, but yeah. So that's probably one of my favorite parts of this whole thing is when you make the switch of liking or believing in L, that he's well intended and he's doing these things, to when you're like, oh shit, he is a psychopath.
Yes. Yeah, because it goes from only killing criminals to that I'm going to kill a bunch of FBI agents just so they don't know that the one that I was supposed to kill may lead to me. So I'm going to kill all of them.
Yeah. Yeah, he pretty much does a full Mark Wahlberg in Fear, if you guys have ever watched that movie. Throwing a lot of obscure 90s references to the fans right now.
Aging ourselves.
They're gonna be like, what's Fear, Grandpa? Did you used to get malt shakes at the pharmacies too? I'm sad that I wasn't alive when malt shakes were at pharmacies.
Right.
No, yeah, and so that's probably the depiction of L is pretty spot on from the manga reference. I feel like they kind of overdid it with the eye bags, but you know, it's 2006 Japanese cinema.
Yeah,
it's shot very soap opera like too, which I was kind of sad about. I remember watching this when it came out, like maybe 2007. I got a DVD of it, and it was like, okay, that's cool. But now looking back into it, I was like, oh, they really didn't spend. I think they saved all the money for the CGI of Ryuk, which kind of made me sad. I was like, really, and the story it kind of takes a little bit of a bland turn than from what I remember in the anime and the manga. I don't know if that's just me. I just feel like I guess, how do you condense all that material into 2 hours?
Right.
Because they couldn't even do it.
Yeah.
Which I'm glad about. But yeah, there's some parts that felt like I just need a little bit more. You know, you can't just show this one where he's like, oh, this rapist got away. I'm going to give up law. I'm going to give up on everything I've been studying for.
Right. Yeah, and that was like part of that silliness. That was just kind of like a he was like a bitch. It was like, well, what?
It's like overacted about it, right? Oh, is there anything that you like would change about this movie? Like, was there anything that you wanted to see in particular, or?
That's hard to say because I haven't seen now the second part, and it's been long enough since I've seen the anime that I don't remember exactly like what order things go in.
Yeah.
certainly I always remember being like the mental battle between Light and L being so incredible, and you don't really even they don't meet until the last couple seconds of the movie.
Yeah.
And so like you don't even start to get that.
Yeah. This movie feels like Batman Begins, and what you want is the Dark Knight.
Right.
Yeah, because that is like the best part of their battle is the cat and mouse that L and Light go through.
Right.
Because we know in the second
where
part,
they're best friends yet arch rivals at the same time.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because so if you guys spoiler alert for the second movie, I don't know if I have to say that this thing is like almost an adult. But at some point, Light has Ryuk wipe his memory. Right? He gives Misa Amane the Deathnote, so that way he gets his mind wiped, but he keeps a piece of the paper in his watch.
Right.
And so yeah, that whole part where he's working with L, it's great because it feels like they're brothers or like best friends that met for the first time.
Yeah.
And then the moment where he retouches the paper and gets all of his memories back, it's like, oh no, I hate you again. That's a spoiler for the second movie, guys, if you guys haven't seen it. I think the only thing that I would have loved to have not seen but heard is the amazing score the anime had.
That is true, and like you said, like that little operatic thing when he writes names, it's almost the Kill Bill sound that like when she like goes into like kill mode.
Yeah, it sets the tone, and I think that's what I was bothered by as I was watching this movie. I just felt like there's something missing, and I don't know what it is.
Right.
But I think it's because it didn't, like, without the score that the anime had, it didn't create that sense of urgency. Where Light was, oh my god, I'm about to get caught by L. Or where L was close to deducing something about the Death Note.
Right. It's almost like a horror movie without the suspenseful music before Jason comes into the house, or
without the creaking floorboards or the squeaky door, or even the absence of like the music or whatever, but all you hear is like the heavy breathing. See, like, and that I think that's what for me helps build tension into a movie.
Yes.
And without the operatic score that I like so much from the anime, I was just like, this is kind of like a 2-hour soap opera.
Right. And like I said, certainly at the beginning it felt like a soap opera to me until the people started dying, right? Yeah, and then it kind of kicked into the movie mode. Yeah. Because even like the way it was filmed, like the film quality almost was
cheap,
like soap opera.
Yeah, like it almost felt like, was this supposed to be a TV movie?
Right, or maybe it was even made as a TV movie.
Right. Yeah, because I mean, even like the Ju-on, that did like an older movie. Didn't feel like an older movie.
Right.
Or like The Ring. Those movies are way older than this, and it didn't. But they hold up really well because they're shot well. That's why I think all the budget went to the CGI.
Right. And I was a fan of that. I mean, you watch something on Sci-Fi Channel that was acted and filmed like this, the CGI on that is going to be laughable. But I thought that for being 15, 16 years old, the CGI held up really well. And I almost appreciated it because it's like this thing that's there, and it's a little cartoony but only he can see it, so that makes it made it like okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sort of like Roger Rabbit.
Right. It didn't have to be this super scary, just detail.
Yeah.
Where in Netflix, that was the best part was William Dafoe as Ryuk.
I mean, William Dafoe, it's easy to give him a pass. William Dafoe is such a great actor, even when you don't see him.
Right.
He has... Yeah, I don't think a lot of people give William Dafoe enough credit for having like a very recognizable voice.
Oh, right.
It's Morgan Freeman level recognizable.
Yes.
You're like, is that William Dafoe?
Yep.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. That was the only good thing about the 2017 Netflix version was William Dafoe.
Right.
Like he just saves movies.
Totally.
But the Japanese voice actor, awesome as well. I think was it the original from the anime? That's what I was thinking. That the person who did the voice for the live action was also the same voice.
Maybe.
For it seems like a very plausible leap, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very similar if it's not the same person.
Yeah, and I think it's hard to. I feel like it's hard to cast those type of characters, like,
right?
You know, like just imagine me doing Ryuk. Like, hey, what's up, Light? I'd sound like a Ninja Turtle bad guy. I'd sound like what's it called, Bebop
and Rocksteady.
Yeah, Rocksteady. What's up, turtles? Oh man, but yeah. I'm sorry. Now that I'm just picturing it, I feel like I like it's all wrong.
Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, the voice acting and the CG for the 2006 Death Note was as good as it could be, and probably maybe the best part of the movie.
Right.
Close to L. I like the depiction of L.
I did too. Yeah.
You know, like another thing that comes up to mind is just the betrayal L feels when Light finally puts his name into the Death Note. Just, you know, super sad. Oh, one of the abilities that we forgot to say is Ryuk. One of the abilities that Shinigami has is the ability to see the name and the time a person has remaining. Right. He propositions Light, says, "Do you want this ability? The only downfall is that you have to give half your life." Right. L or Light is like, "Nah, I'm all right." Which is like the smart move, right? He's like, I have to live long to see my kingdom.
Right. And he's pretty genius level. Right. So he comes up with good plans to get the names of the people that he can't easily find the name of.
So question to you is, would you want the ability or no?
I'm not that smart, so I think I would probably have to take the
But like, okay, so if you got a Death Note, would you do the same thing and go to that extent?
I would not go to that extent. That's
see, so like then you wouldn't need the ability, right?
Randomly kill people around the world at 1 an hour, prisoners from around the world. Mm-hmm. That's dedication.
That's dedication, right? But see, like, you wouldn't ever go that far to need the ability,
right?
So yeah, same here. I'd be like, all right, like let's open these books. Like, all right, you know, let's look at unsolved. You know, I don't know how to do this. I feel like I killed the wrong person.
Yeah, I would like be killing people here in my hometown only because I wouldn't think enough to spread the wealth around the world, right, and not get caught. Yes, I would be an easy target, I'm sure.
Well, I guess what you could do, right, is go to the dark web and offer your services like that.
Oh, that's true.
Right? It's true. Because then you could pretty much be Death from a Final Destination and have these people die in very hilarious ways.
Right.
Like, overstuffed by dildos. I don't know.
And with my luck, I spell poorly, and so it would like spelling would count, and I would be like, how come I couldn't kill Curtis? And it's because it's Curtis with a K. Oh, foiled.
Oh, but see, all you need is a clear photo or a clear picture in your mind.
Yes.
And something close enough.
Good recognition of the name, yeah.
Yeah. See, that's all you do. Oh, man. So we're getting to our hour. If you guys, this is the first time you guys are joining us, thank you for joining the episode. Hope you enjoy this almost discussion about morality.
Really, yeah. It's kind of went there.
But if this is the first time, the way we do our reviews is in 4 sections. We have Stream It, DVD It, Blu-ray It, and Ultimate Box Collection. So, Kobe, where are you at for this one?
I'm definitely, if I'm picking this up, I'm picking up part 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Because I can't imagine the second part being nothing but better than the first part.
Oh yeah, because that's where all the juicy bits are.
We're just getting to the heart of the story. So I don't know. Is that considered Ultimate Box Collection?
I think that would be in a Blu-ray.
That would be in a Blu-ray.
Yeah, just because I think Ultimate Box Collection would also throw in the anime.
I would probably do that.
And the box of it would be a Deathnote.
Oh, hell yes! I think I probably will pick up even if there wasn't the anime. If the box was the Deathnote, I would probably pick that up. That's worth an extra $10.
Yeah. Or it comes with a Deathnote too. Like it's a Deathnote cover, and then in the back you could actually write stuff on there. Like I just write my grocery list. Like, oh, why is there never any groceries when I go to the supermarket? It's because you keep putting in your Deathnote.
No, I really liked this. Like I said, it really brought me back to how much and why I loved the anime so much. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you get anything extra Blu-ray over DVD.
Yeah.
But I would love to. I would love to get extra stuff on this. Mm-hmm. And it probably would go like Ultimate Box Collection, like especially that if it was like a Deathnote. Because I would love, definitely have to get like both parts.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Like for me to get the Ultimate Box Collection, it would have to come with the anime.
Right.
Because I feel like the Ultimate Box Collection is going to be in this Deathnote box with the Deathnote in the back, and it's going to be Blu-ray quality. Unfortunately, it's not shot Blu-ray quality.
Right.
Like, I'm afraid that the anime will be a 16:4 like ratio, and it won't fit all in my TV. But for a standalone, I feel like this, just for the quality wise. Now, I'm not saying like, oh, older movies are shit, because there's definitely like I'd get Terminator 2 on Blu-ray or 4K whatever, because I still feel like that holds up.
Right.
This one, unfortunately, it feels like it got shot very cheaply.
Right.
And
so you jump in, you're going either DVD or Ultimate set.
Yeah,
probably not worth the.
Yeah, not worth it. But if it was like, even if it was just like a two, like the first and the second part, I'd probably go DVD. Only because I feel like sometimes when you make the jump to a Blu-ray, and movies aren't shot too well, it makes it even worse when you get to a higher definition.
It's like the Blu-ray when you're watching like porn, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I could see all the pimples on her butt.
Like, oh no, she has pimples, or she has ingrown hairs. Yeah, that's like the worst. I remember, I think the first time they came out with like, oh, it got even worse with 4K. Like, oh, not enough foundation. Jesus.
Right.
And so that one, it might be that. I don't think it would be that because it wasn't shot that way. I feel like it would be like more pixelated or something, which is unfortunate.
Or you get that separation where like the CG seems
even more cartoonish.
Yeah, seems so added in.
Yeah. One thing I do have to talk about is just with you. Now we're thanks for joining the episode. Blah blah blah. One of my friends used to have like this weird TV. I think it ran at 60 frames per second. And it was very jarring because it felt like I was there watching it being filmed through a screen.
Yes.
Have you seen those?
I have totally seen it. Because there's like... I felt like I was watching a British show. Because for some reason, British shows seem to be filmed a little differently. And they come through the TV where it's almost like... hyper realistic,
and it's weird, right?
Yeah, it is weird.
So for like everyone, I think it's because it's shot in a different frames per second.
Yeah.
So what we normally shoot is 24 frames per second. That's how the eye sees things. But the higher that you go, the weirder it fucking gets. Like me and my friends like, hey, we gotta go. Like your TV's weirding me out. Right. Oh man, but hey guys, what's it called? We have all our Amazon links down below. They're all our affiliate links. If you guys want to just help out the channel, help out the podcast, that's definitely one of the ways that you guys can do it. Shop through us. We appreciate it.
Definitely. Every cent counts.
Yes. Every cent. So buy like $100,000 worth of stuff. Cause we need more. I wish one of us was a hot girl.
Because that shows so well in a podcast.
Yeah, sexy lady boys.
I'll start talking higher.
Oh man. But yeah, definitely check out our user Amazon affiliate links. You definitely don't have to buy those products, but if you shop through it, it helps us out. All that stuff. Yeah,
I mean, we certainly appreciate all the likes and the shares and give us comments. Let us know what you love, what you hate, and
what we could change.
Yeah, any suggestions on categories? We generally, if this is like you're just starting to listen to us, we generally do it like a monthly category, where like all of our 4 movies for the month have a running theme, like all of them contain Nicolas Cage or something like that.
Check that month out. It's awesome.
That's the best month.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us. My name is Barry.
And this is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This. If you guys want to check out who does our theme music, it is Lee Rosevere. It's called Arcade Montage, and it's on her Music for Podcast 3 album, and her Bandcamp is down below.
Thank you.